So we're diving into why self-care is important. I wasn't really aware of the term self-care until I took a course called Mental Health First Aid, and it really opened my eyes to a lot of the different afflictions that happen with mental health, but also the importance of being able to recognize signs before there's mental health crises and the triggers that can set you off to feeling stressed, feeling anxious, feeling overwhelmed, feeling unmotivated. And so that course for me really helped me identify the things that I was already doing in my regular life and made me more aware of what my triggers were. And then we're going to share with you later about how you can kind of build an action plan for if you start to feel anxious, overwhelmed, tired, stressed out, the things that you can do to prevent a burnout, which no one really likes to be in that kind of situation. But I'm sure if you're learning about this course, you've probably experienced a few of those symptoms.
Yeah, one of the main questions that we always get from people is how do I get started? I don't really know how to even embrace this self-care into my life. And that's a really fair question. It's not easy. We all know when we feel bad, it's very difficult to remember when we feel good and why is that happening, why we are feeling well. So the first thing that you need to do is to start monitoring when are you feeling well and when are you not feeling well. And then what are you doing in those situations? Who are you with? What activities? In which environment? So once you start diving into that process, you will start identifying, oh, I'm always feeling well when I'm doing this, or when I am here, or when I am with this person. And I am feeling really bad when I'm doing this, I'm there, or I am with that person. And then you will start questioning why. Why is that happening? Why do I feel that way? And that's gonna help you start identifying those things. Another exercise that is really good is start experimenting. Expose yourself to something new, something different that you normally don't do. Just set a time, like, okay, this week I'm going to try this, or in the next 3 months I'm going to just experiment new things, new activities. I'm gonna meet new people, I'm going to take new courses, whatever that means for you, and start monitoring how you feel. And then you will start finding out what works for you, and then you will be able to start building that recipe that's gonna help you have a balanced life.
There are some people who tend to give so much of themselves all the time and they forget to look after the person that is themselves. And we always use the analogy, if you've ever gone on a plane, they always say when the oxygen mask drops from the ceiling, you are to put your oxygen mask on yourself first before helping anyone else on the plane. And that being, you're no good to anyone if you don't have oxygen to breathe. So it's the same with self-care. It's really important to fill your cup, to feel well yourself before you're ever able to help someone else. You're coming from a place of feeling good, as opposed to if you're already overworked, if you're already overwhelmed and you try to help someone, you might be able to lose your patience more quickly or start to feel resentment. And none of those things you want to do, but it's because you're not helping yourself first. And it's not about ego. It's not saying that you're ignoring everyone else's plight instead of your own. It's about making sure that you're looking after yourself so that you can be your best self around other people. The things that self-care can help with is making sure that you're not taking those periods of burnout and then that affecting the rest of your life. So monitoring, again, those triggers, those warning signs, and as Emilio said, you have to learn what those are. You have to start being more conscious and more aware of what those signs are so that you can prevent them.
Yeah, in this course, we want to help you to build that self-care kit for yourself with all the steps, all the activities that you can do to make yourself feel better. I want to say from my own experience, it is really easy to forget about this. It is really easy to do all the work, put it somewhere, and then life gets busy, kids, work, household chores. Life is busy in general, and it's really easy to just get busy and just forget. So it's really important to have that list somewhere that you can see it, and always remember, when you don't feel well, look at that list and just do something from that list that doesn't require a lot of time. In my case, every time I feel bad, I forget that I can go for a walk with myself, and just 5 minutes it's enough to calm me down. 5 minutes it's enough to solve that problem that I was stuck with for the past 3 hours. I just go for a walk, I just do something that inspires me, relaxes me, and all of a sudden I go back to that activity or that challenge and I have a completely different perspective. So just keep that in mind. It's very easy to forget, and this is a constant work. It's gonna be a constant work for the rest of your life, but it's really rewarding.
And it can be enjoyable. This is something that's supposed to be a bit empowering, it's a bit inspiring. You can become someone who is your own mental health first aider, and we encourage you to keep watching.